Okay. All right. I'll do my intro real quick. What's going on, YouTube? Back again with the Iran war updates. This is the live VOD. So if you want to check out all of the updates in one short video, come check my page. Make sure to sub though. And I'll have the updates there of all the main important parts. But what you're watching right now is the live. I'm here with my guest, Crucial. That's Crucial with 4 L's. Make sure to sub to him too. Uh, Basically, we're going to be going through it as things happen throughout the day today, which is 7-31. But besides that, yeah, enjoy the video. Come check out the recap. Make sure to sub. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm also on TikTok and X. And yeah, basically, we'll be reading questions on here as well. Meaning Maker, I already see you in the chat, man. What's up? Okay, so yeah, so today's news, guys. I just started Meaning Maker. I don't know if you know that or not, but yeah. So on William Russell says, "What went wrong?" Okay, everything's going wrong all of the time, apparently. So basically, today we don't have much in terms of explosions and warfare and stuff like that, but there's a lot of diplomatic action building up, causing potential problems for the future, maybe potential uh, solutions, but there are some interesting things to note. We'll go over flight radar first, and then we'll go into any of the other news that we're getting from our sources. The first thing I want to show is flight radar, though. And on flight radar, we have, let's count once again. We have one, two, three, four refuelers up in the Strait of Hormuz, and then we have one Airbus that doesn't seem to be assigned to any sort of country. Maybe we can assume it's from Saudi Arabia since it took off there. It could be one of their refuelers, but just tracking what is up right now, four refuelers over the Strait of Hormuz. I would say the potential for strikes to be going on right now is probably somewhere between 40 to 50%. There's definitely movement happening with fighter jets, of course, but it could just be defense of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, moving over to marine traffic, we still see that the Strait of Hormuz is definitely not open and nothing is happening today. No ships are getting across in terms of that, and we'll have to go through some more of this news because one of the reports I did see was that Iran fired some ballistic missiles into the Strait of Hormuz, but no one saw where they impacted. No one knows where they went, and it could have just been test firing or a scare tactic. But we'll get into all of the other news here as well.
I saw some tweets. I don't know if it was a bad source, but they said that America was trying to escort some of these tankers through the strait and that they hit some of them with these drones. I don't know if that was a bad source or if that was legit, but I saw that today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of the confirmation right now of like what's happening, but I guess we'll have to take a look right now. So let's see. I did save some stuff, and I'm gonna try to find it real quick. Let's see. Gonna pull this guy up, and let's see what else. This guy as well. Okay, so we'll just go by what's here right now because I don't really even know where to begin. Yo, hey, Hot Mess, welcome, man. I see you in the YouTube chat. Guys, I am live on YouTube from TikTok. Come over and join there. Mini Maker says they impacted two ships that were being escorted by the US. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to take a look at that real quick. But let's see. First things first. Some people on Twitter were able to find exactly where one of our aircraft carriers are with satellite information, and it seems that, like we've known, it's outside of the Strait of Hormuz, uh, somewhere located to the right of Oman in the ocean there. Maybe that's bigger news than I think, but I think everyone's kind of known that already. So let's keep going here. Uh, let's see. Okay, so there were more like transport aircrafts, and people are thinking that they're taking more Patriot missiles there. We do have some big news for that I'll read here in a second. But another interesting thing is Central Command posted a fact check today, like it's 2016, Hillary Clinton's campaign, and they said, fact check, the Strait of Hormuz remains open for commercial vessels to transit. Iran does not control it. Thousands of ships have sailed through the international waterway over the, and I can't read the rest of it, but Iran apparently is doing counter fact checks on their fact checks. So
It's not a good sign.
yeah, it just seems like everywhere is just starting to become this complete mess of what's going on here. Uh, we have Trump also saying Iran is doing very poorly. Just in case you read incorrect stories, they're doing very, very poorly. They're having a hard time. Their missiles have been largely, they have some left, they have some, but they have far fewer than they had 4 or 5 months ago. Their manufacturing capability is almost gone. The drone capacity is almost gone. They have very few, but they have some. We're in their 5 months. I know people like to say because we're doing a much bigger job, a much more important job than we originally anticipated. We're in for 5 months and we have obliterated their military capacity. Again, they've got some left, but soon they won't have some left. So it sounds like Trump is just trying to say literally anything to get to the point of saying, like, there's still stuff remaining, but he's trying to say it's barely anything.
Fool me once, shame on you, but he's been saying this for 5 months straight. This
Exactly.
is crazy.
Fool me every day for 5 months.
Yeah.
Shame on me, honestly. Okay, yeah. So Gary says, tell me something new. Yeah, Meaning Maker here is saying it in the chat right here. The last 5 remaining Patriot systems have been withdrawn from Erbil Airport, and that's in eastern Iraq. So it seems like we're pulling out away from this like Iraqi, space that's controlled by a whole bunch of different tribes. Let's continue here. We'll take a look. We'll try to find where that is on the map here in a second, but it's not looking good. We also had from Polymarket 11 hours ago, they said North Korea warns a clash on the Korean Peninsula is now a matter of timing due to the expansion of U.S. forces in Japan. I think that's probably an empty threat, but you never know. I mean, North Korea, we're always worried about Iran having nukes. Literally, North Korea has nukes. Gary says, you never believe Trump. Me personally, I mean, I want to believe Trump. Personally, I want to, but I just can't. It's been 5 months of this. Let's see. Here is one of those drones hitting in Erbil, the same place where we're taking out those interceptor Patriot missiles. It's a drone explosion. It's huge down this block. I'm playing it on YouTube in case you guys can't see on TikTok. I can't really show the footage there because it's against TOS.
That's one of like our American areas over in Iraq.
Yeah, so well, it's not our area per se, but like we have military bases there, and but like the whole entire area around it is just hostile territory. Like there's so many different tribal groups that align with so many different things that like it's like a no man's land.
Yeah.
Open View, thank you for the follow. Okay. Mark.
I assume the Americans in that area, they don't venture out, or they're just all stuck there doing their operations pretty much.
I would guess so. I mean, I feel like they probably don't even let them out right now, especially now. Mark says, why would anyone sorry, hold on one second. Why would anyone believe anything this administration say?
Yeah, true.
Frankie says North Korea hasn't threatened USA. North Korea leader met with Trump. Just because go.
They are very friendly, to be fair.
Yeah, but I would counter that by saying, just because Kim Jong-un is friends with Trump doesn't mean Kim Jong-un supports the American government. He probably respects Trump as a leader, but he does understand that the U.S. like system as a whole is its own independent thing, and is definitely like against North Korea as a whole as well. Okay, this was pretty big news from yesterday. Trump on the Truth Social talked about the Board of Peace, and he said that a historic agreement has been completed, basically the complete disarmament of Hamas. This is pretty crazy because he also thanks Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey for helping disarm Hamas. So, like, it's kind of interesting that he calls them out because that would imply that they were against Hamas, who was like someone that they're openly for, or like Gaza as a whole. It's like a very weird thing. There's so many different interpretations of this, but yeah, I feel like this is very interesting. Like, why would Hamas agree to this in a way? Disarming themselves is all they had, and they know that a lot of these agreements are completely false. But maybe they feel like this is the best that they can do in order to even survive, because they know Israel will, you know, let's just say, clean the house up if they don't do anything, I guess. So Anderson says, "Hey, Crucial, always nice have you tag along. I wish you had more input." Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
go ahead, Crucial.
I was feeling kind of sick the last two streams, and I just had a bunch of other things on my mind, so I couldn't. Definitely wasn't my best showing last couple times, but I'm back. I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So just me says you can't believe anything Trump says. Meaning Maker says I think Trump is trying to show some positiveness. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, that's what he's going to do no matter what, right? Like that's what he has to do. So that's why I'm not as harsh on Trump as like a lot of other people, because they think everything he says is like some form of intentional BS. Like it's like, no, Trump can sometimes Trump literally cannot say the truth because the truth is just too harmful to the American public. He has to at least at minimum reframe it in a positive light. There's like this concept of, when you're playing poker and stuff like that, you're always going to seem like you got the best hand you could have got, right? Like you can't really act upset. You have to put on your best face no matter what. And that's how it works for like any event or situation that the government has to face. They have to put on their best face for it, just to, save themselves from, potentially the truth. Okay, so let's keep
Does
going
that
here.
does
Yeah.
that Gaza news, does that mean they're gonna stop glassing them on off cooldown or
Yeah, but
like
basically it means that I think it's like the rest of the world's way to save what's left, because they know that they're going to be in trouble if no one
yeah,
steps
yeah,
in.
because it's already a horrible look for them PR wise. So they're like, all right, we'll give away our guns. We're done. Everyone's done.
Yeah. Alex the Caffeinated says, breaking: U.S. Israel plan strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure with attacks possible this weekend. I completely believe that. I did see that here on this war map. It says from, let's see where this is from. Well, it's from a couple different Twitter sources. I don't know how trustworthy this is, but it says the United States and Israel are planning what would be one of the harshest bombing campaigns to date against energy infrastructure targets in Iran. Multiple sources told CBS News, with strikes possible throughout the weekend. So I guess we'll have to see here in a couple hours, because looking at flight radar, which, by the way, guys, I'm on YouTube showing flight radar. I have premium. You can also come to Crucial's channel. That's Crucial with 4 L's at the end. Go sub to him too. Are you live right now or no?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just restreaming us talking.
Okay, yeah, cool.
But
So
I have the link to Jared's channel in the title, so if you can't find his, mine's on there.
yeah, so yeah, guys, right now it's like midnight there. So if strikes were to happen, it would happen right now. And honestly, let's see if there are a lot of refuelers up. So one, two, three over the UAE, one over Bahrain, one that's not labeled, that's an Airbus over Saudi Arabia, and another refueler over Saudi Arabia as well. So guys, I would say that there's probably strikes going on right now. I would definitely say this isn't the most amount of refuelers we've seen at once, but then again, you never know what type of equipment they're flying right now. It could be bigger strikes than ever, but we'll have to see, because we're not seeing any footage. We did see this from the Hormuz letter. Crucial sent me this as well. It says the U.S. and Israel are discussing a full 5,900-kilometer land blockade of Iran, with a plan requiring cooperation from Iran's seven neighboring countries: Iraq, Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, to close the border crossings. And this is from the Telegraph. This confirms what a U.S. official said yesterday, that Trump is exasperated and there was not a real strategy for how long or what they should do, as many of these countries would not agree to this, given they are not in favor of working with Israel and the U.S. Retired U.S. three-star Lieutenant General Sean McFarland calls a land blockade almost impossible, adding the U.S. is viewing Pakistan and Iraq as weak links, despite Iraq's Iran aligned resistant groups, with all seven border countries facing their own economic consequences and threat of Iranian retaliatory strikes if they cooperate. Trump believes he has reached the end of the road with his current Hormuz strategy and bombing campaign, with Trump and Netanyahu having discussed three options this Tuesday: reaching a deal, continuing the naval blockade, or resuming strikes. So guys, to me, like, Crucial, we'll hear what you think that means here in a second and what they will go with. But to me, this seems like if Trump can manage to get all of the neighboring countries to actually agree, then that might actually be somewhat of a solution, because Iran definitely doesn't have the resources to withhold itself on its own. I personally think, but then again, I could be completely wrong. I think they can't because of how large their population is. But I don't know. It sounds like it has a very, very low chance of succeeding. And out of the three options he has, reaching a deal, continuing the naval blockade, or resuming strikes, I really don't think Trump will reach a deal, because it'll make him look like he lost too hard. I don't think that he will continue the naval blockade, because it still would say that he lost. No money moving through. I mean, maybe he would do that one, because if we start pulling resources from America and giving it to the rest of the world fast, then maybe we can do that. But it seems like our oil companies and stuff just don't agree to that. They don't want to help out the U.S. government. So it's wrong, but that's probably what's happening. And resuming strikes, I mean, the war industrial complex probably wants that one the most. They want a prolonged conflict, because it means more, weapons wasted, more drones purchased, stuff like that.
Good for
So
business.
yeah, so I think that one is definitely the most likely outcome, but I think it's not the one Trump is going to choose. I think Trump is going to try to do something to end this fast, and it's not going to work, whatever he chooses. Crucial, what do you think?
I agree with all that, but touching on the blockade, that is absurd, crazy. Like, we have, for reference, the Mexico American border is about half that land, and it's all in one straight line. There's none of these other moving parts that are in the way, and you're dealing with foreign governments. I mean, that plan is just so outrageous. We couldn't even build a wall on our own border. How are we going to do? How are we going to build a border around Iran? I know, not a literal border, but you know what I mean, land blockade. Just no, there's no way that can happen at all. Like, logistically, it's just too much.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. I put something on my TikTok so people can know to go over to YouTube to see the radar and what I'm showing here, like our sources and maps of what we're talking about. So I mean, like, what do you think is going to be the timeline of what, like, this happening? Like, do you think wait a second. It seems like we got one more refueler taking off right now, guys. So that makes a total of one, two, three, four, five, six refuelers in the air, which makes it about like around 70% of what the most we've seen so far. So guys, it does seem to be ramping up right now. And guys, just so you know, there's a lot of comments on TikTok. So if you want to come over to YouTube, I'll definitely read your comment first there. We got Anderson in the chat as well. On YouTube, he's saying a lot here. He says, He says our border is good, crucial. Ground, and then Hot Mess says ground troops are the worst idea. Anderson says our border is the only effective border currently. And then Hot Mess says historically it hasn't worked. And I assume he's
Well,
talking about ground troops.
not like a literal wall, we're not going to build a wall around them, but the blockade around, that's just so far fetched. I don't see how that's
It's too big of a country,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah,
But if yeah, I mean you're honestly right because even if we did manage to get Pakistan, who seems like okay, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, and Armenia seem like they would help, and so would Turkey because they're allies of us. But why would Afghanistan or Iraq help, especially with Eastern Iraq already being in shambles?
yeah.
So there's still going to be ways to sneak out. And imagine if Iran just was like, okay, well, our best possibility is going through Iraq and then Syria and then Lebanon. And then guess what? They're right next to Israel. So
Yeah, and they're gonna when we set up these blockades, they're just gonna send all these drones, and like it's gonna be a nightmare, messy situation if we tried that. I feel like.
yeah, I definitely agree. Okay, so yeah, here's what Meaning Maker X on TikTok was talking about. Iran's IRGC announced it struck and stopped two oil tankers with four others turning back. That was 11 hours ago, and here's footage of it. I assume this is an oil tanker here. We're looking at the footage is kind of blurry. Let's see if we can turn it up. Can't really, but you can see the oil tanker on fire. There's a lot of fire. And guys, on TikTok, we're showing this on YouTube. Crucial with 4Ls or Jared on an Island, no spaces. Come check it out. I can't show it on TikTok because it's against TOS, just so you guys know. But yeah, so we're showing this here. J. Crowley, 1959 says Israel should send ground troops. I just feel like that even if we wanted that, Israel doesn't have enough troops. Okay,
How
let's
many
see.
do they have?
I
How many
think
troops?
if I had to guess, like 150,000, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's 150,000. That's not many.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough. I mean, IRGC has 150,000, but that's their hardline government group. It's not actually their whole army. There's a lot more. Okay. So here's a video from 16 hours ago of the Strait of Hormuz over the past 24 hours. So this is all of the movement that we've seen. Now, guys, my YouTube name is Jared on an Island, no spaces, Jay Crowley. Come over and check it out. So we're showing footage of a time lapse of the past 24 hours from yesterday. Okay. So this video, okay, before we watch it, you're going to see some ships move across. Okay. And some ships have been getting across. But what you have to remember is that within a 24-hour period, there's supposed to be at least 130 ships going back and forth. So, so when you're watching this, just take note of that. Okay, so here it goes. It's playing now. It's 20 seconds long. We see a couple ships. The green, smaller ones are commercial vessels. The larger red ones are oil tankers. And the top passage is the Iranian passage, and the bottom way is the Oman passage. So it seems like most of them are taking the top passage, which is for Iran. Now, I don't know which ones were turned around by the US, but obviously on both sides, some are actually getting through without being stopped by either side. But it's like about, I would say probably like 8 total oil tankers specifically. So very interesting. Dan, thank you for the follow. Pat, thank you for the follow. Yeah.
Not many at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That one guy just goes straight through the middle. He didn't go the top or the bottom. Bottom way.
Okay, let's see. Let me read what it says here as well. So it says, okay. Yeah, so over the last 7 days, KPLER tracked 18 tankers exiting the Strait of Hormuz, 5 related to Iran, average volume of 1.861 million barrels per day, I think. So in the video from Marine Traffic, you can see that at the beginning there was a bulk carrier called Supra Baron that tried going through the Oman lane and then was turned around. A few vessels took the Iran lane shortly after. But more interestingly, as they were writing this, there were two tankers that were about to go through the Oman lane: Rotterdam Energy and a VLCC, a Shanghai LNG tanker. Rotterdam Energy turned off its AIS about an hour ago, so it's in the process of transiting now. So basically, a lot of these ships turn off their transponders as they're going through, which is another interesting thing because it shows that they don't trust either government. Okay, so Meaning Maker MX says there's one thing you haven't seen on media: children's of soldiers abandon their weapons. Oh, hundreds of soldiers abandoned their weapons. For who? Iran? I assume you're talking about Iran.
Maybe he's talking about Gaza.
Oh yeah, maybe Hamas. Okay, so in case you guys weren't aware, F6, or I think it was F-16, right? I don't. An F-35 jet crashed in California. So we're gonna listen to the ATC audio here real quick. Let's see what they say.
Wow, I left too far right. Too far left, close out. All right, 2-1, Foss Tower.
So this crash happened in California. This was an F-35, which is like a very advanced jet. I'm gonna lower the audio here. You can barely hear what they're really saying. On YouTube, it does have captions, but even then, it can't really pick out what it's saying. So.
Crash F-18, half a mile before the approach end.
This is Fox Tower broadcasting emergency F-35 short final crash.
Of the field. An F-35, crash F-35, right there.
The guy on the ATC, the traffic control, sounds so young. Sounds like 18 or something.
Cross runway 2 right, contact ground.
To the emergency vehicle back.
Okay, I guess that's not really that interesting, but I mean that like one of those aircrafts is so expensive and it's completely destroyed, guys. It's a U.S. Marine Corps F-35B Lightning II.
Where did he crash? Did he crash out in the mountains or?
It looks like in a field. It says Southern California, so I guess like a deserty area. F-35B Lightning.
You got to imagine that this war is stressing the entire ecosystem. So even if this guy's on like a training run or some sort of anything, whatever he's doing, when there's so much pressure from all these outside problems, stuff like this happens.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like the guy's probably like worried that he's gonna have to, be in actual combat, so it's kind of stressing him out while he's practicing in the air, and then misfortunate things like this happen. And guess what? That jet alone, one singular one, $100 million. So. Yeah, I just want to know how it works after the fact of which you crash, because they always say, okay, if you make a mistake at work, it's better as a boss to let that person continue because they learned from their mistake, and you don't have to get someone else to make the same mistake again because they don't know better. But at the same time, this guy, the one singular pilot, or maybe there was two, but I think there was just one ejection. He lost $100 million. So did he get fired?
Probably a desk guy from now on, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's I think too, but at the same time, come on.
Unless it's like if it's his first solo training flight, but even then, I feel like that probably should not happen.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's the other way around. If they've been experienced for a long time, then they get to fly even though they've crashed once. But if they're new, yeah, he's a desk guy now. Okay, let's see. This is the U.S. This says the U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster III as RCH 427 has completed the 14th known medical evacuation mission associated with Operation Epic Fury / overseas operations since July 2nd, and the second medevac mission this week, totaling 5 stops. Today's Defense Casualty Analysis System update adds 11 wounded in action since yesterday's report. 10 U.S. Army, 1 U.S. Air Force, bringing the total since July 7th to 236 wounded in action and 4 KIA. Combined with a previous report, 14 KIA and 417 wounded in action from Operation Epic Fury, the overall known casualty rate now stands at 18 KIA and 653 wounded in action. You know, that's a lot wounded. That's actually a lot. 653.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been 236 in 3 weeks, but that's like, wow.
And you know what's crazy? I'm sure that they really try not to have anyone marked as wounded in action, because that means you're out of the fight, right? So like, if it's just a little cut or something, I'm sure they're like, nah, that doesn't count. So those guys are probably seriously wounded, right?
Yeah, and I can't believe how much it's accelerated, because we've been in this for 5 months, right?
Yeah,
and it's doubled in the last 3 weeks.
That's crazy. And you know, the thing is like, how many of those are, practically goners and they just don't want to say it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue here. Let's see. We saw that fact check 5 hours ago. The Kuwaiti army has announced that since dawn this morning, it has dealt with and destroyed multiple hostile drones, likely of Iranian origin, resulting in some damage due to falling debris. Yesterday we had an incident, or the last time I went live, we had an incident where a Russian missile struck in Poland, causing a large crater. It was a KH-101 air-launched cruise missile, which entered the country via its border with Ukraine. Authorities have refused to rule out that the act may have been a deliberate act from Russia, with the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs having summoned the Russian ambassador. Now, here's the thing, guys. If they did this purposely, like on purpose, launched a missile to Poland to kind of... Russia does this thing where they send missiles or drones like really close to the Polish border, or even over the Polish border sometimes, just to kind of like test what's allowed, right? And the thing is that in this instance, a cruise missile going over the border is pretty crazy. It's technically against the law, right? But Russia kind of messes with Europe by doing that. Now, will Europe do anything to respond? That's the question.
They're limit testing.
Yeah, exactly. Jay Lowry says, I'd tell them, okay, either free up the strait or we nuke Tehran. Okay, that's what Trump probably thought originally too, but will China or Russia allow that? And then a zombie extra says, a lot of head injuries. Yeah, for sure. Maria, thank you for the roses. Nako says they won't do that on purpose. Okay, but why wouldn't they do it on purpose? They know Europe and they know the United States has been giving Ukraine tons of rockets, missiles, equipment, stuff like that. So why wouldn't they? They kind of do it to mess with us.
They want to know how much they can get away with, and if something strategic can be gained from it, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, especially if it's scary. They may do it to see how much defense they can put up near the European border. They could also do it to, scare the Europeans into kind of showing what other defensive stuff they have planned. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Kelly says, UN had to escort Russian planes out of airspace recently. Yeah, that happens pretty often too. Now, here's something interesting. This picture, which I'm showing on YouTube, guys, is a U.S. Army soldier with the 82nd Airborne Division seen firing an M777 155mm howitzer during an exercise at an undisclosed location in the Middle East. So CENTCOM posted this, right? And they definitely posted it on purpose to show that we do have soldiers and this is an airborne division, so I'm pretty sure they're like airdropped in if they needed to be, but they're firing heavy artillery in the Middle East, so they could be around Iran right now. So pretty interesting. Here's another thing. The Washington Post reports that U.S. intelligence agencies have assessed Iran was likely behind a coordinated cyber attack targeting more than 30 municipal water systems in Minnesota, though officials say the assessment is not yet verified and the FBI's investigation remains ongoing. According to the Post, the attack disrupted control systems at multiple water facilities, but did not contaminate drinking water or cause widespread service outages. The report notes federal cybersecurity officials have warned for months that Iranian cyber actors have been targeting water, internet-connected industrial control systems used by U.S. water, wastewater, and energy facilities. Previous Iranian-linked cyber activity has targeted water infrastructure, including incidents involving Pennsylvania's utility and repeated CISA warnings about Iranian exploitation of programmable logic controllers, PLCs. But those cases were narrower in scope or attributed after law enforcement investigations rather than through a contemporaneous intelligence assessment. So, guys, basically what that means is that they're kind of just guessing that this was an Iranian cyber attack, but they have seen it before, or at least say that they've seen it before, that there's been cyber attacks that were possibly Iranian cyber actors targeting these internet-controlled systems. It is kind of scary to think about when you think about it. Like, can Iranians stop our water supply right now, across the U.S.? If they could do it in this little area, who's to say they couldn't do it in a more populated area, right? So, pretty interesting. Crucial, do you think it's possible?
What? Yeah, it's definitely possible, but I want to know why our water's connected to the internet point blank period. That doesn't really seem like, I mean, I know you can measure things or whatever, but why does it even have to be connected to the internet at all?
Yeah, honestly, because what's needed about that? There needs to be a backup system where it can run offline, right? So why even have it go online in the first place?
Yeah, I think Trump came out and said that it wasn't them. But I mean, if he's running damage control, you don't want to freak out your population. So
yeah,
you don't want
exactly.
to admit, oh yeah, it was them. They could, mess with our water supply. Like, you don't want to admit that.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Even him admitting the thing about China and the thing that got him there, that in itself, people see, the thing is, people have this thing called learned helplessness, and they're so helpless to the fact that it may be true that no one even knows what to do about it. So, but in the case of Iran, like when it comes to water or something like that, that's like a need everyone needs within the day. So, if they told you all of a sudden, like, they're gonna turn off everyone's water, everyone would freak out. Everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely can't say that.
Yeah, that's if they can do that, if they have the capacity to do that, do they have to have a person on the ground, do they have to use a USB stick, or can they just do it from Iran all the way over to our home country? Like, they're really advanced if they can do that. This is not just some easy war we're just gonna walk away from. I mean, clearly it's been 5 months, but the way he still talks about it is just absurd.
Yeah. Okay, now this is a pretty cool video that I'm showing on YouTube, guys. Thank you for the follow, Mercury. So this is the U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon approaching a U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker for refueling while patrolling the Middle East. The P-8 is a specialized reconnaissance aircraft that is among the many assets monitoring regional waters during America's blockade against Iran. So they're basically saying they've redirected 24 commercial vessels, disabled 2, boarded 2. But taking a look at this video, guys, it's pretty interesting because we see this plane on flight radar all the time. So now you get to finally see a picture of it because there's not usually one there. Yeah, P says, that's why you don't click suspicious links on your work emails, lol. Yeah. David says, did I just miss an update on the Iran war? Yeah, we're covering it right now. We're showing some footage right now that CENTCOM has released. it seems like things are about to escalate like usual, but we just don't know exactly what's going to happen. We're getting reports from Israel that there's going to be some sort of huge strike this weekend, just like there was supposed to be last weekend, but we still haven't had any pure proof. Right now, though, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, wait, okay, let me count again just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 refuelers up. So guys, we are at the point of the most refuelers we've seen in a very long time, maybe since the start of the ceasefire broke out, and they have been in the air. So there's definitely some sort of strike happening right now for sure. I would say there's 90% chance that there's heavy strikes happening right now. What do you think, Crucial?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the last 3 weeks, if we've had double the wounded in action, they're definitely, and they said earlier on a tweet, I think you read that they're transporting the wounded like back and forth a bunch. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely ramping up.
Yeah,
They can't
and
hide it for much longer, I feel like.
Daniel Jr., thank you for the follow. Shibetho, thank you for the follow.
Coach.
Steve, thank you for the follow. Yo, guys, I'm showing this radar on YouTube, so if you go there and come check out the radar there, and check out Crucial with 4Ls. He's showing it too. Willie says it's 1:10 a.m. in Iran right now. Yeah, so it's definitely the perfect time to do these strikes. Civilians are out of the way. It's nighttime, so there's night cover. Yeah, Anderson says hype. Put me in, coach.
Yeah,
Willie says
yeah,
prime time. Yo, if any of you guys want to give your opinion on what's happening, add me on Discord. We'll add you to the call too. We'll take some calls.
yeah. So Collins would be fun. And
Let me see
come
if
over to Jared on an Island on YouTube, YouTube/@ Jared on an Island, just like on TikTok. And come on over, sub over here. You can see all the footage.
yeah. Stevie says would be awesome if we turned it into daylight in Iran right now. Glass it up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Some of the videos we've seen, there's been so many strikes, it almost looks like it's daytime. Like all the fire and it's so bright out. It's really, really just, I don't know how we drop stuff like that on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
And
do we create a bomb that small that does that much damage?
it's crazy how when I just love, okay, it's kind of wrong to say I love this, but like it is cool seeing the ammunition depots explode because it's just like so like all of it's just going off right there, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The kinetic energy, you can feel it even through your computer screen, through your phone screen.
Yeah.
You you don't see that every day for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel so much like normies give you so much animosity for like if you would take any enjoyment or pleasure in it. It's like it's cool. It is objectively cool. Like
It
we're
is. War is
guys, like
cool.
it is, you know.
Okay, so 2 minutes ago we got news from Iran International English, so we'll take this with a grain of salt. But they're saying U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered fresh strikes on Iran that could begin as soon as this weekend. Okay, the Wall Street Journal reported on Friday, which is right now, citing U.S. officials as he warned Tehran would face heavy military action unless it returned to negotiations. Let's see. Let's go to the tweet here. Trump said during a cabinet meeting at Camp David on Friday that the United States would be hitting them very hard, adding that Iran would eventually reach a point where it could no longer withstand the pressure. So we'll see if he means right now or not. So yeah, we're getting this report from multiple sources now. And I assume that's going on. Now, the thing is, the plans include strikes on Iranian energy infrastructure. And guys, oh, and it says in coordination with Israel. That's from CBS. So that is pretty big news, guys, if that is true. One, if Israel joins the fight, oh, we got Anderson. He wants to be a guest. Okay, how do we add him to this call right here? Or do we have to go to a server?
I think you could just add him and then
Let's see.
click the add up at the top. Add him to DM.
Create new group DM.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Anderson, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
All right,
Hey, what's going
cool.
on?
Yo, so okay, wait. Let
I'm
me make sure
excited.
everyone else can hear you. Yo, guys, can you guys hear Anderson right now? Let me get a yes in the chat if you can hear him.
Hey guys, what's up?
Okay, Anderson. So let me see if anyone says yes first. Yeah, they say yes. Awesome, awesome.
Okay,
So
good.
okay, let me just say something real quick. So, guys, this is pretty big because if Israel comes back in, Iran can shoot at Israel now. Also, if we attack energy infrastructure, Iran has already said that Iran will target all neighboring countries and attack their infrastructure as well. They've said that before. So I'm just saying, like, this may, hopefully, Trump is right that this ends it all. But if he isn't, and Iran is able to even get some strikes back, we should expect major escalation from all sides. Maybe this will get everyone else involved and have them, crumble, like destroy Iran altogether. But in my own like speculative opinion, I would say I don't even think the surrounding countries and neighbors of Iran are strong enough to destroy Iran in itself. They're going to be able to build the missiles in the mountains. They're going to be able to hide in the mountains. They don't need leadership. As we've seen, we've already eliminated 90% of it. So I don't think that this will even be enough. I'm not too sure though. I'm not too sure. I'm still open-minded. So Anderson, what do you think about all this, man?
We're gonna have to put boots on the ground, bro. That's the only way. Either that or drop the N word. Not the bad word, but
The other one, the other one.
The big one.
Yeah, the big bomb.
Daniel says, just realized I shouldn't follow you with your talk of destroying a country that we never have. Okay, I just want to say, I don't think, like I just explained, I don't think we should have even been in Iran, personally. I'm America first, okay? But we're already there. Now we're stuck in a sticky situation. So we're talking about it. I'm open-minded. I'm open to all opinions here. I want to hear all of y'all's opinions. But yeah, so let's see. We have a report here that Russia is sharing electronic intelligence with Iran that could help it locate U.S. forces during air attacks or jam American-made weapons. U.S. and European officials familiar with the matters told NBC News. And we have more news from Wall Street Journal that says Trump is trying to do the attacks this weekend to get them to surrender. Let's see. So Anderson, what has been the most interesting part of this war to you?
I think how long it's lasted. It's lasted way too long. I think we should have finished this months ago.
Okay, and
costing Americans way too much money.
And how much longer do you think this is going to go on?
At the rate we're going at, I think till November, unless we do something big.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Interesting. Crucial, what were you going to say?
We have to increase power somehow.
If they were gonna, give up, they would have done it by now, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. I think I agree with that statement. Now, Sharfi says, tell your friend they should drop a Shaheed on his house. Okay. Host, tell your friend that said drop the they should okay, what? I don't okay. Listen, that you have to remember from the average American's point of view here. Like, I want to go over this again. I've explained it before on the lives, but it's just an interesting thought experiment here. The average American wants this war to be over in order to save their economy. The average Iranian wants this war to be over so that their house doesn't get blown up. That's the differences here. So it is pretty interesting. Like, both sides want it to end fast, but the trade-off and like the value of life, energy,
loss.
Yeah,
it's loss is nowhere near the same.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
So we're not. Yeah.
I don't want to speak for you, Jared, but we're not like pro, we just enjoy seeing death. We mean it from like a literal industrial perspective, like the bombs and all the moving planes and stuff. That is cool. The war itself,
yeah.
we could not care less. I think we could all agree here that we don't care about Iran. Like,
yeah, we
as
don't
long
want
as
people dying and stuff.
That too. We don't want people dying. As long as the global economy doesn't collapse, that's basically like all we care about. And even I'm in the minority here. I don't know if you guys would agree with this. I'm pro, like, if they shut down the Red Sea and the Strait completely forever, I'm pro that because I want to see something new happen. If it's
Yeah, exactly.
great,
I wish we would figure out a different method to
if
bring
it's
the oil
great,
over here.
if it's Great Depression 2 for the entire planet, so be it. I would like to see
Yeah.
something new happen. But that's just because
Innovations.
my life is very boring, but maybe that's a bad aspect. I'm gonna stop talking now.
I mean, okay, listen, I'm gonna, like, maybe I will, in my opinion, I will be honest here, it would be cool to see that. But the thing is that we as Americans need to become self-reliant again. And by withholding this idea of globalization where we give oil to the rest of the world, the rest of the world relies on oil from the Strait of Hormuz, we rely on other people. Like, we as Americans are extremely lucky to be able to have the potential to be completely self-reliant, but we won't do it because, you know, the boomer generation, perhaps before, they set it up to where we need globalization to have the cheapest common good. And our economy isn't a closed economy, so we can't inflate each other's living. We have to rely and meet the standard of everyone else because we have so much import and output into the global economy. So for example, when it comes to workers, well, okay, I don't want to go too into it, honestly, but let's just say, if Chinese goods, for example, if we made Chinese goods here, it would be more expensive. It would be, and it's going to cost a lot until we get those sorts of things set up.
Yeah, it would be $100 to buy a pack of underwear at Walmart, for example. If we manufactured all our stuff like it was still the 1950s, it would be the cost would be outrageous.
Exactly, but the thing would that the quality would shoot up instantly, and then over time we would eventually meet the supply and demand of our own country, since we're supplying our own country. So it is something interesting to think about. IDP says money isn't real. We can create more money. They wouldn't be Chinese goods. We're becoming more tied to countries than ever before, says users. Random says dig in your own backyard. Okay, there's a lot of comments, guys. If you guys go to YouTube, though, and comment, I'll be able to read your comment first. But we do have breaking news from a trusted source now. We have from Rerum Navarum. They say, President Trump has ordered a new attack on Iran aimed at forcing the regime to surrender, according to the Wall Street Journal. The strikes could begin as soon as this weekend and are expected to last several days. Officials say that in recent weeks, Trump has complained to confidence that the interim peace deals were meaningless, adding that he always knew it wasn't going to work. So if Trump is claiming now that he always knew it wasn't going to work, and he's saying that this weekend he wants them to surrender, guys, I think the big one is happening now. Then I think it's happening now.
It has to be. It has to be.
It has to be. There's no way it isn't, because he wants them to surrender, and 90% of the leadership is already gone. So what's left?
If redacting 90% of their leadership is actually gonna materialize into actual deals, like that's not going to happen. He knew that was not going to happen. Yeah. So the big ones, they're probably gearing up, if not doing it already right now.
I just wonder who we're negotiating with.
Yeah, genuinely, who?
Yeah, like who are you talking to?
They're all gone, all of them.
One day he says he's talking to somebody, and the next day there's a new strike on us. Like, bro, what's going on?
Exactly. And the crazy thing is these people could not even be real. Now, I want to call out a comment here. Oh yeah, 123 says same sheesh, different day. What's new? Guys, on YouTube, we're looking at flight radar here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 refueler jets up. Now, 8 times 4 or 6, okay? Because that's how many fighter jets go with each of these. 8 times 4 is what? Okay, that's how many fighter jets are going up right now. 8 times 4 is what, 32, right? Tell me if my simple math is wrong and I'm just low IQ. But yeah, or 8 times 6. What is that? 8 times 6. Like, someone tell me real quick.
Six. I know 6 times 6 is
48.
36.
It's 48.
48?
Okay.
48.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you guys. Thank you. I'm like brain farting here, but thank you. All my TikTok comments are saying it. Thank you so much, guys. But 48 fighters are in the air right now, and they could all potentially be doing strikes on Iran. So if 48, which is the higher number, but even the lower number is still a lot, and they're all attacking positions. Now, guys, you have to remember U.S. manpower, U.S. The bombs that go on these jets, it isn't just one little bomb. It has missiles, bombs, technology to shut off internet, take in internet, send it to other places. Like, things are happening right now, guys. So if you're on TikTok, we have a lot of viewers here. I want you to come over to YouTube and check out the maps with us. We have maps, radar, and we're covering the breaking news from Zitter feeds, map feeds, stuff like that. It's Jared on an island, no spaces. I'll put it in the comments.
/at Jared on an island. And thank you, Alex, for saying the American education coming in clutch. Okay, don't blame us. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, we're just.
There's a lot of information. Okay.
Yeah, and make sure to sub to Crucial as well. That's Crucial with 4 L's. Okay, Anderson, you got a YouTube or anything, man?
Nah, bro, no. You're good.
Okay. If you want anything shouted out, just let me know.
One thing I noticed is that we have three what's it called, refuelers flying right through the strait.
Yeah, right over the strait.
It's pretty different. Yeah, it's pretty different from every other day. They're usually right over Saudi Arabia.
Exactly. And another thing that I've been noticing is that there's been a lot of Kuwait and Qatari and United Arab Emirates having their own C-130s and other types of jets, or I mean, not jets, but like planes, transport planes go from Europe down. So I think someone is refueling their defensive missiles as well. And we still do have more, C-17 transport planes going to and from Europe. Now, in case you guys haven't seen this before, most of these transport planes, which you're seeing here, go up to Germany, and then from Germany, they go to the US, or they're coming from the US, land in Germany, and then go to the Middle East. We'll take a look here. We'll zoom out. I have the filter on where it only shows military aircraft here. Now, it's not just US aircraft, but as you can tell, in the whole world right now, the number one people with their transponders on are just US military flights, okay? Like, literally no military aircraft in Africa, barely any on in Russia or China. That's usually how it is. But in America, we have everything going, everyone training, zooming in. We have the largest military in the world, like 10 times over everyone else. So it is interesting to see. Now, we can see that some of these aircraft, have been flying for a long time. Like this P-8A Poseidon took off from Hawaii. It's all the way over Missouri right now. Let's see if anything else is moving to Europe right now. You can usually tell by the direction they're facing. Let's see. It seems like this C-17 Globemaster is heading over there. This one maybe it touched down from Alaska into Maine and seems to be taking off again. This one's coming back from Europe, definitely from the Middle East. So there's a lot going on right here.
A lot of them have the transponders on. That's the little lines that are going through.
Yeah.
Turn them off, like, temporarily.
Okay. Yeah. So I wonder why it turns off over the Atlantic. Maybe it just doesn't pick up or something.
Oh, that is true.
But we've definitely seen that happen in over the Middle East. Let's see if we can find any right here that are doing it. Yeah, like this one right here and this refueler. They seem to turn it off when they're near Iraq or northern Saudi Arabia now. And guys, on TikTok, I am on YouTube. That's where I'm showing this radar. But and that's where I can read y'all's comments first, because there's a lot of comments right now. Let's see. Alex the Caffeinated says YouTube comments suck. Just come on over, man. Scotty, thank you for the follow. Updog, thank you for the follow. Cindy, thank you for the follow. Kevin, thank you for sharing it. Dabby, thank you for the follow. Spam, thank you for the follow. So David says after Trump bankrupts this country, he's going to take off to an island. Hey, I wouldn't blame him. Sweet Jerkin, thank you for the follow. Panhead, thank you for the follow. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. So 7 minutes ago, we got the U.S. and Israel are preparing to carry out the harshest bombing campaign to date against Iran throughout this weekend, bombing energy infrastructure, including power plants and refineries all over Iran, per CBS News. The market is now officially closed. So, guys, it is game time. If anything is going to happen, it's definitely going to happen right now. So, Anderson, do you think we're gonna like? I don't know. I don't know. You've been following along pretty often, right? So do you think that we will actually risk going for power plants, refineries, like civilian infrastructure, or do you think that this is kind of a bluff and we're going to go over just towards military targets some more?
I mean, I think we will, but I don't think it's really going to do anything because they don't. As we know, the RGC doesn't really care about their civilians. Like, I don't know if that's really going to affect anything. I mean, unless they really like revolt and like attack their own people.
Yeah, I see that for sure. I agree.
That's the only way, because I don't think it's really going to do anything. They're just going to piss people off more, and they're going to join the IRGC or anything.
That might be true, honestly. Like, the amount of people in Iran that probably hate America more because of this is probably so scary. It's probably scary.
Yeah, they think we are not doing it the right way. I feel like it's because we got in it with Israel.
But how does Trump, like, Trump can't be just making it off of his own opinion. He must have someone telling him, like, hey, if we take this out, we will be able to get them to surrender. I mean, it is like there is a certain point where, okay, like we got this 1 minute ago. U.S. officials discussed high-level discussions Friday over potentially cutting electricity across Iran's capital, Tehran, but no decision has been made by Friday afternoon. That's from CBS. So let's say that they did plan on doing that. I mean, we've seen with Cuba that, you know, these attacks on infrastructure actually does work at helping the government surrender. It doesn't really help with the people's resentment. I actually have
something to say about this because I'm from Cuba.
Okay, go ahead.
It definitely does help because my brother literally tells me that now they have more rights. I literally have a brother that currently lives in Cuba. So
okay, tell us about the situation then, because if anyone knows, it's definitely you. So give us a summary.
Bro, all I know is they now have the right to own like their personal businesses. That's what he's told me so far.
Interesting.
But I know you still don't have the freedom of speech. You still don't have a bunch of freedoms, but at least you're allowed to own a business now, which is new.
Before the government would like own it themselves.
It would have to be approved by the government, and likely it wasn't.
Okay.
Like they would just say 90% chance no, unless you get all the stuff from us. Basically, is what they said.
Okay, so
all the stuff from the government.
So since you have a brother there, would you say that the U.S. government is still pushing to kind of take over Cuba, or what do you think the U.S. government's goal is there with Cuba? Because there seems to be a lot of U.S. government interference there.
Well, I mean, I don't think he hasn't seen much. I don't think they're really doing anything, except like the blockade is really helping, but that's pretty much it. I think the government is low key waiting for Iran to finish to really focus on another country.
That makes sense. I don't want to make it bigger.
As the Cuba,
the two problems without fixing one, I guess.
I've seen reports in the news that Cuba like didn't have electricity for a while, like a week or so.
Yeah, they haven't had for like a month, I believe.
Oh, okay, so was that America? America did shut down their.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's themselves. They just don't have self-reliant electricity. They don't have a way to make oil themselves. So if they don't get it from any other country, they're literally cooked.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So we do have a percentage based guess here, and it says that Isfahan nuclear site, which is a target for U.S. airstrikes, its risk percentage is at 85% now for being struck. So pretty interesting that maybe we may have to re-hit the nuclear sites. Now, the interesting thing is that, you know, Trump did say last time that while we did hit the nuclear sites, it does seem that there was still stuff left from the event that still needed to be destroyed. And Trump himself called it nuclear dust.
Is that just an excuse to like flatten the entire area if it's not already?
It might be. Now
I don't know how you could get that stuff back after the whole like area has been demolished.
Exactly, but the thing is that I mean, what else are we supposed to do here, guys? Like flattening it is honestly probably the safer option for all of the Iranian people at this point. Like allowing them to, I don't even know, guys. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. JCast says
I
Trump
don't know
is
how they,
number Q on TikTok now. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know
I
how.
believe.
Oh, number 2. I don't know how. I don't know how they would recover anything if we had already done initial strikes, unless we just like botched it completely.
yeah,
Unless we
exactly.
missed.
Now, mainstream media did say immediately after the strikes, they said, "Oh, the missiles or the bombs that we dropped hit the entrances, but didn't actually hit anything inside of it, or not everything inside of it." So the Iranians were immediately working to like clear the debris to get in, but there's just so much they haven't been able to, and they're worried about getting struck again. So maybe that could be it. Okay, yeah, JCast says meant to type 1, so he means number 1 on TikTok now. Just trying to be funny. He really does think that though. Okay. Jet Aviator 7 says the United States fighter pilots need to get their attack runs in because they are proper individual. Once the Muz realize power of the United States will not be angry. Interesting. I don't really understand what you're trying to say, but I think I don't know, really. Okay, so just so you guys know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 refuelers up in the air still right now, and we have 7 out of the 8 over Saudi Arabia and the Strait of Hormuz. And guys, this is kind of interesting / cool. They're like making a whole circle over Qatar, Bahrain area, like they're kind of all flying in this weird like circular pattern at this point. Now, it's not really intentional, I would say, but it does seem like, you know, they're kind of doing this formation maybe for just repeated strikes all night or something like that. Guys, on TikTok, you're not seeing it because it's against TOS, but it is all on YouTube. I'm showing it there. Go sub Jared on an Island. No spaces, like it says right above my head. Or you can go to Crucial's chat. It's Crucial with 4 L's. I'm putting it in the chat again. There you guys go. You can go there to that link and it will go straight to it. But yeah, let's see what else is happening here.
I think the formation might be on purpose to just in case anybody flies over the strait that needs refueling, there's always somebody nearby.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so we have Caroline Leavitt, which is the White House press secretary, said Iran would continue to pay until it engages in meaningful talks with the U.S. Now, guys, what that tells me is that maybe they're not set on making Tehran surrender instantly, and they still want to leave room open for, you know, complete negotiations where Iran may be able to get something out of this. But I don't really know, guys. Like Caroline Leavitt, press secretary, I don't know. She might just be saying something to say something, you know?
She's bluffing.
Yeah.
Is there anyone to make talks with? Like you said, if 90% of the top guys are gone,
yeah, who are you gonna talk to?
We're just kind of putting them in between a rock and a hard place. Like why would they want to negotiate with us at all?
Yeah, Alex the Caffeinated says they kind of lie a lot. Yeah, honestly, okay, this is not even a biased take. Tell me, and commenters, let me know if you guys disagree, but low key, the United States and Israel have lied this whole time through all of the negotiations since the complete start of this. So why would Iran trust us? JCast says, do you have a special account to be able to see all of this? If you go to Flight Radar 24, you can see all of the flights, but you can't filter it out. I have the premium, which is like $15 a year or something. So I can filter out the military ones specifically. People are saying true in the TikTok chat, but Alvaro says, hello, Jared, what's going on? Just getting in. Yeah, what's up, man?
Jet Aviator says the current presidency is the greatest presidency ever and will be. Yeah, if you're over 65 years old.
Well, listen, you know, okay, maybe he means greatest, like how people say awesome, because you know what? This presidency will for sure go down in history.
Yeah, it will
Yeah.
be in history.
Now I don't know if it will be a good thing, but
Oh my god, there's so many more tankers around the strait now.
yeah, way more than normal,
There-
guys.
Yeah, there's more than yesterday was. It's insane.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, still 8 up. And this one that came off from Israel is starting to head towards the Iranian border as well. It's still got to go over Jordan, some parts of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and then gets there. And guys, this is only the ones with public transponders. I wonder if there's any up that don't have their transponders on. Anything over 8 at this point, if we see even one more refueler go up, that's more than we've ever had before. El Patron says where? This is on YouTube, Jared on an Island, no spaces. Go ahead and check it out and come join us. And we're showing the flight radar as it happens. You can come check in over there. We're also going to show some news here in a second. JCast says, plus Iran kept asking JD Vance, and Trump kept sending his buddies and Kushner, all, Israeli, by the way, and they just ignored him. Yeah, we're sending Jared Kushner, who, why would he want Iran to, win in this thing? So, or at least survive.
Do you think they would try to take out Vance if Vance did go? Like maybe it's they couldn't send him if they wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Israel wouldn't want Vance as a negotiator. I just feel like that's the case. They don't want.
I feel like America wouldn't want Vance as a negotiator.
Oh yeah, neither that too, because we don't even know whose interest he has in mind here. Is it Teal's or whose? I don't know. But yeah. So let me see what the price of crude oil is right now.
Oh yeah.
And this is how you'll know if the stock market is manipulated or not. So crude oil is at $83.73, which is lower than the previous close, I believe. So it's been slowly going down since 2 p.m. Now the market's closed, right? So on Monday, I assume there's no way people expect this to be over on Monday. Even if Trump does bomb them hard, there's no way.
Well,
what do you think?
Depends. It depends what bomb we use.
I mean, listen, if he does use a nuke, there's no way that even then, people are not going to be happy with that. Now, if he
we're
uses,
not gonna be happy, but it'll finish the war for sure.
I'm sleeping in my crawl space if that happens.
yeah. Where do I even hide? I don't have a. Can I borrow someone's bunker in Texas, please? Reckoner says he will announce something over the weekend before Monday to calm the markets. Yeah, for sure. He'll say we've eliminated Iran on Sunday afternoon. He'll say it's all over, guys.
Or if not, there's another peace talk.
Yeah,
this one will work. I promise.
Yeah, Alex the Caffeinated, I agree. They won't nuke, but they'll definitely use a lot of bombs this weekend. JCast says a lot of it was also they felt insulted and they weren't even worthy of them. Wait, and they weren't worthy of even the VP, just some of Trump's golf buddies and his son-in-law. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
If he nukes, the rest of the world gets dragged in and it's probably over in a day or so. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, listen, guys, the thing is, and this is the argument for the nuke thing, is that when you look at it on a global scale, one, Trump does get to say, we use nukes in order to prevent nukes, right? And then two, China isn't going to want to be the world police in this scenario because they're doing so well by not being involved directly. They don't really care. They know that nukes won't go towards them. They can defend themselves. Russia will not want to go all in because no matter what, Europe will take the side of the US. Ukraine, with the Ukraine situation going on, Europe won't flip to Russia no matter what. And
do you think
if
America did that, NATO and all this, all these alliances and everything could just be flipped over a table, in a second. You know what I mean? Like, could there be, oh, Poland's buddy with Russia now, or whatever example you want to use?
There's no way.
Well,
Poland
personally,
would-
I think if that scenario actually happened, the case would be that they would all singularly put it on Trump, okay? And then what they would do is say, oh, the international courts, which Trump hates because, Netanyahu is technically breaking those international court laws, which is like the world court, okay? They would say Trump needs to be tried in that court, kind of like the Nuremberg trials. And they'd say Trump needs to show why he used the nukes. And of course, they would find him guilty just because they need to blame someone, even if it was justified, which I'm not saying it is at all. And Trump would go to jail for the rest of his life, which, let's be real here, is like 20 more years max. And honestly, that they probably wouldn't even do that because it would make him look like a Napoleonic figure. It'd be like Napoleon being sent to the island after conquering half of the European world.
Yeah.
Mike, I am not a pro-Israel, buddy. I am not.
Yeah.
Where are you getting that idea from?
Is.
Daniel says there's no justification for nukes. All nukes need to be gone. Well, sadly, I don't think they will be.
We just like to think in all hypotheticals here and what could happen. We are not pro. I'm pro America. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care about the Middle East. I do not care.
Exactly.
I don't even know why we're in this problem, bro. I don't think any American supports this shit.
I mean, unless the Middle East is sending a nuke to America, but they're not going to do that.
Unless they're directly targeting us, I don't think we should be involved at all.
Yeah.
Now, well, that's an interesting thing that you just brought up, though, because if we're talking about what happened with the Egyptian port with the U.S. tanker, no one knows where that drone came from. And the leading theories are that, one, the drone somehow got across the Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel border and got to Egypt, or a drone was launched from a ship in the Mediterranean that belonged to Iran. And if it was the second case, what would happen if there's an Iranian ship with a different name that's all the way in, let's say, the Gulf of America / Mexico or along the East Coast? Could Iran do a drone attack that way? Is it possible? Or do you guys think that maybe a different country launched the drone? Some people say that the country, that is supposedly on our side may have launched the drone to drag more people into the war. What do you guys think? Crucial, what do you think, man?
With the Egyptian drone? I don't know. Up in the air.
Do you think that it's possible that it did come from an Iranian boat?
Maybe it's just so far away. I don't know. If it was a boat, I guess, but why would they even be up there? How would they be up there?
Yeah. Okay,
what
about you, Henderson?
Aren't there IRGC bases around Saudi Arabia, supposedly? So it could be coming from somewhere around there.
That is true. Maybe from Yemen and it went straight up to Egypt.
Yeah, something like that.
But that means it would have to go through all of that in order to be seen.
Yeah, but a lot of those places don't have good air defenses. So I don't know if they really would have caught that. Unless they went directly over Israel. I think they have good air defense. Iraq, probably Egypt has good air defense. But I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
Someone said they can fire missiles from a sub, or another guy said false flag.
Does Iran have any subs?
Yeah, I know America can, but I don't know if they can.
Drea says they have drones in Cuba. That's what we've heard that before, but we don't know how true that is.
I've heard about that.
Interesting. But do we know for sure?
China. No, I don't know for sure, but I've heard China has brought them to Cuba.
Okay.
I don't know if they're just DJI drones or something more sophisticated.
China just gave Iran a bunch of shoulder-mounted to shoot down stuff,
missiles.
Right?
Yeah.
China gave a lot of cars to Cuba, so I don't know if they snuck some tanks and stuff like that in there.
CS Hubert says mutually assured destruction. Yeah, for the nuke stuff. Yeah. America does have a lot of subs, and we definitely have some that are sitting off of the coast, just in case anything happens. Let's see. Okay, 7 minutes ago, the reported upcoming U.S. strikes will target Iranian energy and infrastructure sites and could also involve the Israeli military, and that's from Axios. Okay, so interesting. We do have that another mainstream source saying that those could be involved here. It does seem like the strikes are probably happening right now. We still have 7 refuelers in the air, but I'm just refreshing my sources here. I'm gonna take a look at some of the other sources I have and just read off some unconfirmed news here in a second. But if you guys come to YouTube, which I put in the comments, you can see the radars that we're looking at here. Yeah, so the Wall Street Journal says the same thing we read earlier. Trump has ordered a fresh, full bombing campaign against Iran, including strikes on Iranian energy infrastructure and oil refineries, with the strikes beginning as soon as this weekend and in coordination with Israel, per the Wall Street Journal. For weeks, Trump has been telling aides the Iranians are crazy, complaining the interim peace deal was ultimately meaningless and that he always knew it wasn't going to work. Trump's frustration was on full display during today's meeting at Camp David when he exploded for a second time in recent days, shouting and accusing Iranian diplomats of being very dishonorable to deal with. Imagine if he said it like very dishonorable, like... Toka Boka says, I thought they came to an agreement. No, yeah, they did not. That was let's just say not the truth being put out there. Jennifer, thank you for the follow. Sun says the block is hot. I don't know what that means. KK
Yes, it
says,
is,
what are your sources? My sources are multiple channels on X. These people bring it from the mainstream media as well, but Rerum Navarum, OSINT Defender, HFI Research for the oil prices and stuff like that, MEC OSINT, and then the Hormuz letter. We're also looking at flight radar, marine traffic, Iran War Live, and Iran War Map as well, which all has updates and feeds and stuff like that. James Shanson says, what are you laughing about? Okay. Sammy says, I don't see any of that on Al Jazeera News. Yeah, so the thing is that a lot of this news, the news feeds that I'm saying now, okay, guys, you have to remember if you're just joining us, a lot of these news feeds are not 100% confirmed as of yet, okay? But these are trusted sources. There's a lot of news I'm not reading that isn't really a trusted source. I personally trust these sources. I'm sharing it on there. Now, the thing is that take it with a grain of salt. Now, when they say it's from a mainstream media source, that means it's basically confirmed now. And that's what happens when you're watching the mainstream news. The reason you're not seeing the footage I'm showing on mainstream media news is because they wait so long to really make sure that it's confirmed. But by the time it's confirmed, it's kind of already late in what's happening. This stuff happens by the minute, guys. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here.
You have like those 3 or 4 accounts which are right like 99% of the time. But then if you venture out to those other accounts, you know, it's kind of grain of salt. You're not really sure if it's true or not. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
Exactly. And guys, come over to YouTube. I'm showing the radar and stuff there. Also go to Crucial's channel, Crucial with 4 L's at the end. I'm showing the radar right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we did lose 1 refueler. I'm not too sure where it went, if it went off radar. It seems like it probably has its transponder off right now. But since we have 7 refuelers up right now, it's definitely... there's definitely strikes either about to happen or happening as we speak. JCast says the irony is if we stayed out of shit from the beginning, Iran wouldn't have any beef with us, and them having nukes wouldn't be any scarier than any other Middle Eastern country that does have them now. And yeah, we do know that Pakistan has nukes, and so does Israel, and so does Turkey. If you count that as a Middle Eastern country, of course, they are a part of the EU or whatever. So yeah, Cat Lady, thank you for the follow. Kayla, thank you for the follow. Tam, thank you for the follow. On YouTube, it's Jared on an Island, no spaces. That's my name right there, and you can see it there. The radar that I'm using right now is called Flight Radar 24. You are gonna see every plane possible on the Earth if you go to it. I have the premium version, and I only have the military aircraft filtered through right now, so that's why we can see all the refuelers with their transponders on. Now, if anything has their transponder off, we can't see it. So there may be more. Found you on the FYP. Thank you for the updates. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Acorn says, that's good. We're not the only ones that need them, so we can just bully everyone around. That's true. That's true. Now, the thing that's scary is that I would say, there's certain nations where you can trust them to use nukes appropriately. Something like Pakistan and India, since they both have nukes, it is kind of scary knowing that, they have such a heated rivalry and they could use it against each other. So the fear that maybe Israel has of Iran getting nukes may seem somewhat legitimate to them. But I would say my counter argument would be North Korea has nukes and they haven't used them on anyone. And they hate everyone with a passion, supposedly. So I would say that Iran wouldn't use the nuke on Israel. Yeah, we'll take a look at the commercial flights now. I'll filter it off here. So there's still flights going through Saudi Arabia right now. We don't have any reports of anyone saying like, hey, stop flying through. And honestly, I think that we're not going to see that for a little bit. We're not going to see any sort of problem with that. Now, the thing we will see is when Iran does a retaliation strike, if they're able to. And that will be the problem. Now, there are flights in Iran as well. And these are commercial flights that a lot of people have pointed out. They're usually like private flights or Iranian commercial flights that stick within the country. A lot of them just seem to go to and from Tehran, their capital city. So their risk is definitely like high for flying there. But I would assume the United States tries to do as much of a good job as they can to not hit those, because it would just look really bad on us if we did hit them. Sammy says, still watching Al Jazeera News. There's nothing of all of that. Interesting. Crucial. What do you think of these commercial flights that are flying over?
I think you said it'll be right back.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Anderson?
I don't know, man.
Okay, we have an Iranian.
What was the question?
What do you think of the commercial jets flying over Iran? Do you think that's really risky, or do you think they're kind of safe?
Yeah, I literally didn't even see that. What the hell?
Yeah,
like
okay.
Actual passenger. Are they full, or are they just like bringing equipment and stuff?
I'm sure they have just regular civilians on them.
That's crazy. I would not risk it, especially with the tensions right now.
Yeah. Okay. So we do have news here now, guys. I don't know how much I trust the source, but I'll read it here. Okay. Sammy says, you are right now. Al Jazeera talking about what you guys just talked about. There you go. There's confirmation that, we get the news a little bit ahead of time, but they're talking about it too. So make sure to drop a follow, especially on YouTube, guys. I'm really trying to hit 500 subs on YouTube. So if you go there and sub, I'd really appreciate it. Go to Crucial's channel. That's Crucial with 4 L's as well. Sub there. I'm showing the sources here. Mike says, you said you don't care about the Middle East, but you are eager to hit Iran with bombs. I'm not eager to hit them. I wish this wasn't happening, but because it is happening, I mean, what can you do? I'm not in control here. I'm just a spectator at this point. Bridget, thank you for the follow. Nikita, hey, thank you for finding me. Okay, so guys, this is the news here. And like I said, I don't know how much I trust this source, but this is news from one of the sources. But here we go. A senior security official on Friday, which is today, told IRGC affiliated Tasnim News, which is the Iranian news channel, okay, think of it that way, that reports by U.S. media about possible U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran's infrastructure are considered a kind of madness. And this is their quote: Iran has prepared extensive response plans that include targeting critical infrastructure of Israel and U.S. energy infrastructure in the region, and that Tehran is prepared to carry them out. And Tehran is the capital of Iran, guys. This is from Tasnim cited official. So like Tasnim is the main government news agency in Iran. So take it as you will, but I would say that that's a pretty good source right there, that they're ready to do strikes. Iran is ready to do retaliatory strikes when the U.S. does them today. The official added that Iran's armed forces have demonstrated both during the 40-day war and its continuation in recent weeks that they have both the capability and the will to carry out such actions. Very interesting. So basically they're saying that, you've struck us before and we've managed to strike back. Maybe it's not as hard. Maybe it takes a little bit out of us, but they're able to do it. So, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about that? JCast says, what are the altitudes of the commercial jets flying at? If they're up at 30,000 feet, I'm sure they're fine. Let's take a look. Let's turn on the filter of all planes. So there's 3 planes over Iran right now. This one's a Fly Persia flight. It's at 28,000 feet. The other one is a smaller McDonnell Douglas passenger aircraft. It's at 17,000 feet, and it seems to be landing in Tehran. So the one aircraft that's in the air right now is going over there, and their transponder is turning on and off, or at least their signal's being jammed or something like that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It is the number 6 most tracked flight in the world right now. There are plenty of flights flying over the Strait of Hormuz, especially near Dubai. It's one of the biggest airport regions in the world. A lot of different flights here, and they all seem to be flying somewhere around 20,000 feet. Let's see. If we click on this one, 30,000, 31,000 feet, 32,000 feet. So I'm sure they feel safe since they're so high up, but you never know. When things really do get heated, they will probably say, don't. The airspace is closed. That's what happened when the war first kicked off. So we may see that happen again if truly this is the big one. Now, we don't know for sure. Now there seems to be 2, 4, 6 air refuelers in the air. So 2 have gone off the radar or have landed. We don't know for sure. I wasn't able to see. But if they reappear on
range, so I think they disappeared.
Okay, yeah. So Anderson's saying they seem to have came off the radar or spoofing. Yeah, spoofing and masking. Bob McKinley says they're not actually flying. The Air Force is spoofing and masking. So yeah, they could be just having their public transponders off as they carry off the strikes, but we will have to see. So Jake Joseph says, what's popped off? Trump has said that the strikes that happened this weekend are going to be extreme. They're going to attack energy infrastructure in Iran, oil infrastructure, and Israel may join in the strikes. Now, we are not confirmed on any of this, but it does seem like this is likely. OLP Papas, thank you for the love you so much, man. I appreciate that. Sammy, thank you for the follow. Gal, thank you for the follow. Medic, thank you for sharing the live, man. Guys, on TikTok, I can't show the footage that I'm showing on YouTube because it's against TOS, but on YouTube, I'm showing the radar. I'm showing any footage that comes out. I'm showing all my sources there. So come over there and sub. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. I'd really, really appreciate it. If I get to 500 subs, I'm literally able to do a little bit more on YouTube. So I'd really appreciate it. Yeah. Anderson's with me. He knows a lot about this. He's been watching. If you guys want to come talk as well, let me know. Grub, my YouTube handle, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Let's see, right there. I'm sending it. Just go ahead and you can put that into whichever search engine and I should pop up. Crucial, my co-host who stepped away for a second right now, is also in here. Yeah, he will be back in a second. But besides that, yeah, if you want to talk about this, just come over. Alex says, okay, yeah, thank you for the sub, man. So yeah, Sammy, you are right. Sammy says every time Netanyahu comes to the USA, something big happens. It is true. And it happened again, guys. Netanyahu came yesterday. Things are kicking off again. Now, I will say to the counter argument is to that last weekend, something was supposed to happen and Trump called it off. This time, it doesn't seem like Trump is calling it off. JCast on YouTube says Iran has cells in the US they haven't even activated yet. Okay, how do you know? I kind of thought about that, but why haven't they used it yet? I would assume they would have done that. Maybe it's because they know the American people being dissuaded by the war is more of a potentially like it's a potential goal than we thought, or they thought, right? Okay, we got 2, 4, 6 refuelers still up. We're watching this one as it's heading towards Iran. It's about to cross the Jordan border into Iraq. And just in case you guys didn't or weren't here the other day, the eastern side of Iraq is called Iraqi Kurdistan, okay? And a lot of it is just tribal groups fighting each other. Today, we moved out the rest of our Patriot interceptor missiles from this area, our missile launchers, okay? And that's a big deal because that is one more point of US bases that's now removed from the region near Iran and now probably heading further away, maybe to Kuwait, maybe to our bases in Jordan, but still there. Robert, thank you for the follow. Sammy says, I don't know what's left to hit in Iran. Very true. We honestly don't know either, and we're keeping an eye. I'm sending the YouTube link here in the chat. Xavier says, nice hair, girly boy. Okay. JP, thank you for the follow.
Xavier.
Drea says, thank you for the follow. General Parker, thank you for the follow. Rick, thank you for the follow. Yeah, so come over to YouTube right here. Esco 2 times says, first time here. Hey, my friend, interesting. Thank you for being here. Make sure to sub, dude. Yeah, I show these lives. I show the radar while I talk, answer questions. Yo, Roni, thank you for the love you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I show the sources and I show stuff like that. Now, these are my trusted sources, guys, but if we start running out of news here, I'll go to my informal sources that, have a little bit more to say, but it's not going to be accurate information. Would you guys like that or no? Or do you guys want me to stick to this like more accurate information that comes out slower? If you guys want the inaccurate information, I'm down, but like I said, I can't prove that it's real, okay? Like they do, there is a problem, and there with some of the sources, especially on TG or X, they happen to do this thing where they put out old videos and then they say new stuff. JP says more accurate information is needed. Okay, Bobby says accurate, but then Alex says tell us the T. Grub, I'm putting the channel name in the comments right here. Do you see it right there? I just posted it. Okay. Nikita says just go with the flow. Okay. P says accurate. Interesting. I'm pinning it right here. It's just Jared on an island with no spaces. Okay. So here we go. 5 minutes ago, this is from one of the sources I trust, and they say it's from CBS News. The U.S. is planning to cut all electricity across Tehran, including for all civilians. And that's from a U.S. official talking to CBS News. So guys, this is pretty big news. There's going to be heavy strikes. And guess what, guys? We are probably not going to see any of it until the electricity comes back on. Because if the electricity's off, I mean, maybe they'll have signal, but what do you guys, what do you think, Crucial?
Their phone will be dead in like 8 hours, right? At best. So we're not going to see much.
Yeah. So, well, we got 8 hours of footage basically. And then after that, we're doomed because we're not going to be able to see anything. We're not going to know what's happening. The thing that I hate most about this war is like, we won't even be able to tell what is actually happening. For all we know, it could be exactly like the negotiations. We're told negotiations are happening, but there's no one on the Iranian side that's important enough to negotiate. For all we know, they could be grabbing random Iranians off the street and saying, hey, you're going to go negotiate for us with Jared Kushner and whoever else, Howard Lutnick or whatever. And these guys, Jared Kushner is one, trying to make Gaza into a beach resort, and two, trying to build another resort type thing for elites in what country was it, like Azerbaijan or something? Sorry, I don't know how accurate that is, but he's trying to do something there as well with Ivanka Trump, his wife. Okay, and the guy is, let's just say he has Israeli ties. Okay, so like, how can you be a fair negotiator when it's like that? He's not even like with the U.S. 100%. So KK says, who is having negotiations? I thought they ended. The thing is, Trump has been saying there have been negotiations, and there still are negotiations, but we have no proof of that.
I don't think there's been, if there are, even if you can call them that, I don't think there's been any good faith negotiations since we took out, like, 90% of their right hand men. Like, how can you even negotiate? You're negotiating with a John Smith off the street, some random. You don't even know his place in the government.
Exactly. And Mike says, see, you still support US destroying Iran, but you don't accept US heavy defeated in the war. Okay, I just want to make this point because I've talked about this before. I think the situation is like Vietnam. Okay, we can still do massive amounts of damage and still lose in terms of being pulled out and not getting what we wanted. What is the whole goal that the US wants from Iran? It was originally to stop them from building nukes, but we're at the point now where we're not even going to get that. We're trying to retake the Strait of Hormuz that was already open. So it is extremely difficult to see how we come out of this winning unless we get regime change, of which we wanted. Or sorry, we didn't want it. The Israeli government and the US government that wasn't representing its people wanted that. And to the people that it is representing, it's not much. Okay. Like the average American didn't want to be involved with this. Okay. But remember, the original purpose was to stop nukes for Israel, right? Somebody said, okay, Snidley Whiplash says the Iranian people want it. But do we know that to be true? Do we know, like, I want to see more studies of what the Iranian people think. Because in case you guys didn't know, the IRGC is the party of Iran, okay? They're the extreme ones, okay? There's 150,000 members in the IRGC that are extreme, and they are a part of the militia, okay? Now, the rest of the country still supports them, just not as extreme. They're not like diehards for it. And they still have plenty of other military. They have like a million or something in their military. I don't know if that's an exact number, so don't quote me on that. But still, yeah. Nikita says there are no negotiations. Prof. Miranda confirmed this. Okay. She also says, Holy Grace, you are funny. Yeah, Kushner is a Zionist. He is a Bible puppet. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, we're seeing more of these refuelers go off the radar. We do have 2 over the UAE now and 1 heading back, which seems like they're heading back to Israel. It is, I would say, about like 1 to 2 a.m. In Iran right now. In a couple hours, it will be morning there. We do know that most of these refuelers are now off the radar with their transponders off. So there are definitely strikes happening. Urban Oil, what's up, man? Long time no see.
I'd say from the time we started covering this to today, they usually hit at night for them, right? About this time, our time, but it's nighttime for them, right? Or early morning.
It's usually when it's about to turn morning for them.
Yeah.
So like dark, but like when it's like I don't know, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. before the sun rises.
Renee Bowman says, I saw that our water supply is under attack here in the U.S. in several cities and states already. Yeah, so there was reports that our water infrastructure was under attack here from cyber attacks, but it's not 100% confirmed yet. And it was in, I believe, Minnesota or like one small sector of a state. And we will have to see what goes on with that. It's been reported that it's happened before. It could be the case there, and that is a scary thought. Now, I personally think that the government will never outright tell us if it's happening because it would put us into a state of panic. And we know from history, even since the Civil War, the U.S. government has used their ability to control like information as a way of helping the public. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. KK says yes, Minnesota. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's check breaking news real quick. Let's see if there's anything more updated here. We just got another message saying an Iranian security official told IRGC linked Tasnim News that Tehran has prepared a broad response to any potential U.S. or Israeli attacks, including targeting Israeli critical infrastructure and U.S. energy assets in the region. Okay, so same thing we heard before. Guys, on TikTok, come over to YouTube. That's where we're showing the radar, the maps, everything like that. It's JaredOnAnIsland, no spaces, and or go to Crucial with 4 L's at the end. Okay.
For reference, Tehran is about, I guess there's greater Tehran, which is like the surrounding areas. It's about the New York okay,
Like
I'm
the
losing it,
New
dude.
York City?
Metropolitan.
Metropolitan, yes, thank you. Yeah. So about 20 million people. So it's a huge place.
Wait,
Yeah.
20 million?
Yes.
That's an insane amount of people.
Yeah.
New York City is like the biggest, like one of the biggest cities in the US. What?
Yeah, it's big. It's big. I compared it on the true size map, and it's like it's legitimately about the size of Delaware, like the whole greater area with like all the surrounding cities around it as well.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like that is huge. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in on the map here and see what it looks like here. Let's do hybrid. Okay, Tehran. Oh yeah, that's a huge city, guys. Like it is just layers upon layers of houses. Now it has yellow because I think it's just like a region thing. Okay, let's see. High. Okay, whatever. Let's see if we can find an actual better map.
You want me to send you a link to the true size?
Uh,
Here you go.
yeah, sure. Trying to find like a topographical or whatever map, like the one you showed me. Let's see if we can
Yeah,
get that one
my
up.
computer's glitching out. Okay, here we go. I sent it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just type in Iran, and then you can compare like put like the corner over Tehran, and you can see how big it is and compare it to the American city or American states.
Hmm.
Iran is a 3,000-year-old civilization. Yeah, geez, I didn't know they were that old. America's fairly new. I mean, the Native Americans were here, but nothing like that.
Okay, so this is just this is what Crucial was sending me here. That's Crucial with 4 L's on YouTube. You guys should go check him out. But this right here is Texas compared to Iran. Let me fix it again because I just moved where
The
Iran
same
was.
size. A little bit smaller.
Yeah, Iran's just slightly, I would say like maybe double the size of Texas with all the corners added up. But from top to bottom, that makes Iran a huge country because I've driven out of Texas from south to north, and that's like a 16+ hour drive. So to the people who say we need a ground invasion, we need to just send people in, we need to get this over with. Guys, Texas is way
Oh,
more
walking.
flat than Iran. So when we consider this, like I need to find a map of Iran's mountain ranges. Hold on.
There's gonna be a lot of walking. We're gonna have to bring a lot of vehicles in there.
Yeah, they're pretty mountainous.
Yeah. No, and the size of it, the sheer size of it is gonna take a lot of walking from corner to corner.
So yeah, I just don't think it's possible though because
Yeah.
okay, this one's a pretty good one, or maybe
Unless
this
we
one.
send millions of troops, like we're gonna have to send a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna die.
Exactly.
It's
Like
not-
it's just not viable. Like we had a hard time going through Afghanistan because of the mountains.
Yeah.
Guys, here on YouTube, Jared on an Island, no spaces.
90% mountains.
Yeah, it's 90% mountains, and they're not small mountains. Like there's only one little section that isn't mountains here. And yeah, it's just not possible. Jared on an Island YouTube, go over there, guys.
Isn't it coming straight from the strait?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
it's
even
all
next to the
covered.
strait, even with the islands there, it's like it's the islands. Here's the other thing. People said, why doesn't Trump just take over an island? Okay, let's talk about that real quick. So Trump has been striking islands over and over and over, and they're pretty big islands too. Quashim Island is one of the biggest ones here. There's also Kish, and there's Karg Island as well. But the thing is, okay, guys, when you look at this here, the map, let's just look up Iran here. Yeah, okay, let's remove this Texas one. Okay, cool. So this one that's in the, well, there we go. The purple is Iran, okay? Guys, these islands here, if we were to send, let's say, Marines to these islands to land and take over the islands, the Iran already has a plan for that. They said as soon as somebody lands on our territory, especially the islands, we will just send everything down to there, and then we'll just send missiles to that exact spot. When you have Marines or whoever else take over one little target, now Iran knows exactly where to shoot. We already know this from our US bases. They know exactly where to target. These missiles are very accurate, guys. And when it's an island, they know it's way harder to get things away from that spot. So they know exactly where to hit. Meta Victory, it's on YouTube. Jared on an Island, no spaces. I'm putting a link into the comments right now. Go ahead and check it out there. But it's Jared on an Island, no spaces. Come over and sub. I'm trying to get to 500 followers or subs, so if you guys sub, I'd really appreciate it. Nikita says, this is all about the US dollar. Iran is a 3,000-year-old civilization. Interesting. Moonman, hey, what's up, man? He says, boots on the ground in Iran would be a meat grinder. Everywhere is a kill zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike
For
says,
reference,
yeah, go ahead.
the Rockies in the U.S. are about as tall, like the highest points in the Rockies are about as tall as the peaks in Iran. But Iran's like the entire thing is just peaks everywhere when you look at that other map.
That's crazy. I mean, like,
So
yeah,
it's like
that's just not even possible to go through and clear up.
Yeah.
Mike says Professor Zhang already predicted U.S. lost the war. Why still dreaming of winning the war? Interesting. Patriot of Democracy says Trump picked a war he can't win. Iran is much larger than Iraq, and this is a new forever war. Hopefully this doesn't become a forever war, but it's seeming like the more involved we get, the more trapped we're going to be.
You think it's going to be like Ukraine and Russia, where we're going to be, this will just be status quo, normal? Oh, it's still going on 4 years later.
The thing is, I just don't think Trump wants this to continue. Like, Trump will go to extreme measures to make sure it doesn't.
I'm not sure we could afford at the scale we're doing. I'm not sure we could afford to do it for 4 years.
But think about it. If people stop Trump from doing what he wants, then is that really Trump's fault? Trump's going to say, I tried to end it. You guys didn't let me.
Mm-hmm.
So who will people blame? Because the American people, like what we've seen in this chat, a lot of people say, let's get this over with already. If Trump says the same thing, then, I mean, at least to those guys, he's at least saving face, like being like, yeah, I agree. We need to get this over with already. But Congress or whoever else isn't letting me. Congress has been allowing him and passing bills to not stop him. Now, they haven't passed bills to like give him ultimate freedom to do whatever he wants here, but they're saying we won't stop you, right? So it is interesting how this is working. Kayla says Iran has been preparing for years the U.S. to go to ground invasion there. It's a serious death trap. Yeah, people are agreeing with that. Maria and Patriot of Democracy agree. Yeah. Anderson, what are you thinking, man? He's still here with us?
It's just, I think, yeah. I just think we're going to have to do it quick and fast. That's the only way.
Yeah, honestly.
And hopefully as little troops as possible. Hopefully no man on the ground.
Yeah,
I think big bombs, napalms. I don't know what we're gonna do.
It seems that has to be the case, right? And for Trump's best interest, this needs to end soon, or else it's going to be very bad for him.
If it drags to November, he's cooked.
Anderlin 602 says, "Why do we have around 17 C-30 up stateside? Very odd. Let's go check that out." What were we going to say, Crucial?
I was going to say, we're going to be cooked if it makes it to November. Can you, dude, a $10 gas? Like,
yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, not just him, but I mean, like, you know, the whole U.S.
Yeah, the whole
everybody's going to hate him, so.
Yeah. The strongest supporters of Trump will just be like, nope, get him out of there.
Yeah, well, I used to like him, but.
Yeah,
everybody will switch on him instantly.
It seems like we do have some movement starting up in the U.S. side of things. We got some refueler tankers heading northeast. Let's see. We do have some C-17 starting to make their way northeast. That's usually what happens when they start heading over to resupply. So maybe they're doing that preemptively. Let's see, what do we got here? We got another refueler just entering above England, definitely heading to Germany and then to the Middle East, just like we've seen before. So yeah, that is interesting, Andrillin 602.
Someone, Alex said they have Trump by the straight of his balls. Yeah, there's no winning. There's no winning for him. He's in this now. There's, it's all bad.
Go big or go home at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the big though? We want to, like, I hope he's not just doing some strikes, because you got to go big or go home. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm okay with going home either, but Trump needs to say we need to go home.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Finish it off. Do something.
So it's interesting how we're all at agreement here. I want, if anyone in the chat has a completely different opinion, if someone in the chat says we need to like it's 100% pro-Israeli or like 100% pro-Iranian, tell us so that we can get you in this chat real quick, because I want to hear an opinion that disagrees with us, because yeah, because I mean, I think a lot of the chat here would say, we want the American first perspective. Yeah, pro-USA, pro-American people. Nacho says you're aware there will be Mossad agents in the comments, right? Yeah, there always is, man. There probably always is.
They're bored. It's a slow day at the office. Refill your coffee. We're not that crazy.
Honestly,
we're just speculating.
Okay, the crazy thing is, it probably is not a boring day over there right now. They're probably like, oh shit, we're probably gonna go back. Yeah. Okay, I'll run a poll. That's a good idea. Let's see what I can do here.
I feel like every time they strike the U.S., they just go into bunkers. They're like, all right, hiding time now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I thought they would want to stay out in the open.
Alex says I summoned the bots. Yeah, because some people are saying Trump 2028 and Moo odds agents. What? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Why do they keep listening? You should make your own mind and be aware that with what you're inspiring here, it's a responsibility. What do you mean by that?
Your name is Nacho, man. What do you mean?
We never know how things turn out, and peace should always be the focus. Listen, okay, that's an interesting thing, because sometimes it is true though. Sometimes peace is actually the more dangerous option. Peace is actually sometimes the option that causes more death. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna say, whose side are you on? And I'm gonna run this poll on TikTok, guys. So YouTube, hold on one second. I'll read your comments right here in a second. Make sure to sub though. I'm gonna have USA, Israel,
And Iran.
Iran, and then no one.
No one.
Hey, just in case, you never know.
But no one isn't. I'm on no one's side. I want peace. No one is. I want everyone to be at war. Okay.
I want everyone to die. Oh no.
So the edgy one, because someone's always gonna choose that one. So this is gonna go on for 5 minutes on TikTok. So make sure to vote. All right, there you go. It's up now. So vote. I don't know where you guys can see it, but
democracy always wins. Make sure to vote.
yeah, democracy always wins. Can you guys see the poll or no? Okay, yeah, there we go. We're getting some votes. YouTube says Trump cannot just stop at this point. Yeah, that is kind of true. Well, I mean, in terms of his support, yeah, it kind of would look bad, but maybe people would look the other way. JCast says Heg's breath, aka Hegseth, in charge of boots on the ground would be a disaster. We all need the people that he fired, along with the FBI experts that Cash fired. Interesting.
I'm not familiar with him, but he does seem kind of like, I don't know. He's got, military. I'm not a military strategist, but it's like, is he in charge of everything, or is he just like the front-facing guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's like technically the head, but honestly, I'm sure they don't let him make all the decisions,
Yeah. He's like the front man. He's like the hype man.
Yeah, like the face of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting a couple votes here. We got so far no one is winning. 2 votes for that one vote for Iran, 2 votes for USA now. Guys, make sure to vote in the poll on TikTok, guys. I want to know whose side y'all are on for this. But we'll keep reading the news here. Going through my sources real quick. Let's see.
I don't think anyone supports war, but if we just go hands off, say whatever, we're done with it, everyone goes home. What's going to happen to Iran and Israel and Iraq? What's going to happen all over there? You know
What's
what
going
I
to
mean?
happen to the Strait?
Yeah.
The Strait's never going to be open again if we don't do something.
Okay.
The Red Sea too. If we just if we went completely hands off, the Red Sea would definitely be closed.
All that area.
Okay, it seems like we have another refueler aircraft taking off right now, but we have one coming in to land as well, so maybe they're just changing out here. We still have 2 visible over the Strait of Hormuz, which adds a total of 6 up right now with their transponders on. Now we know that some do not have their transponders on, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. I'm going to read some of the unofficial news right now. Now, guys, remember, this is not official news, so just make sure, just take this with a grain of salt. This isn't proven right now, okay?
Sometimes they're right, though.
Top left
Sometimes
of
they're
my
super
screen.
early.
No, not you. I'm telling people where to vote.
Oh, okay.
Fix what? So people are telling me to fix something. I don't know what y'all are asking here. Okay. Here we go. So no one has voted Israel. That's crazy. We have 5 votes for USA, 3 votes for no one, 2 votes for Iran. Crazy. Okay. All right. Let's see.
But like Israel has really made some enemies this year. They've messed themselves over. People already didn't like Israel, but now they've made their case worse.
Yeah, even in the past, in the past few years before TikTok was bought out by America, I mean, there was a lot of stuff the youth did not. I'm not saying it's all 100% true, but the youth were seeing edits and learning a lot about Israel through TikTok before it got sold. And you saw it on college campuses and stuff. The left do not like them anymore, which is strange because they've always been.
Yeah, they've always been pro-Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is from the Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council. They're saying the continuation of the naval blockade and warmongering by the American regime will both tighten the lock on the Strait of Hormuz and close other straits and choke points. The price for this will be paid by the global economy, the energy market, and American voters. Interesting. And this was earlier today, guys, but we did get the news that the U.S. military commenced the complete evacuation of its forces from the bases in Erbil in the Kurdistan region of northern Iraq last week and is nearing completion, having already dismantled and redeployed all stationed Patriot missile defense batteries to another location. Interesting. And Iran's Revolutionary Guard issued a warning. It said, Minwang Glory, this is Stefa Navy warning you. Do not try to cross the Strait of Hormuz without permission and in the southern corridor. Alter your course and turn back to your departure. If you can keep proceeding, you will be destroyed, Captain. You can see the smoke in the Strait of Hormuz, the ship last night destroyed. Do not put your life into danger. Alter your course and turn back. You are in Iranian territorial waters with no permission to cross. This is my last warning to you. Alter your course and turn back. I am preparing to open, at you, waiting to see your action. So, guys, they're not letting anyone go through the Strait of Hormuz right now. And it seems like they're ready to it's not just going to be so-and-so ships. It's going to be, everyone's going to be involved in this, especially after Trump escalates this. So honestly, best bet, if stuff is happening right now, Trump needs to finish the job at this point, because the devastation that will come afterwards may be way more harmful to the rest of the world.
Yeah,
We're in the
world-
end game now, guys. Avengers Endgame. We're in the end game.
if half the world can't get oil, that's going to result in a lot more
A
suffering.
lot of people would have to join.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, for the poll, we got USA winning with 5 votes, no one winning with 3 votes, Iran winning with 2 votes, and Israel winning with 0 votes. Crazy.
The vote is over.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey.
Nobody wants Israel to win.
Okay,
What I
Daryl
don't
says the people that were fired could not be trusted by the Trump administration. Yeah. Okay.
What I don't understand completely is, other than like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Kuwait and Iraq, and I know they probably drive it, up into the rest of, Turkey or wherever, but other than that area, what does the strait mean for oil, like on a worldwide scale?
The Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is that all of like the Philippines and all of these like Pacific Islander countries, they get their oil from Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So it's a big deal for like all of the eastern side of the world, except for China and Russia. But
I
for
think
everyone
20
else,
like around roughly like 20% of all the world's oil comes from
from the Strait of
Okay,
Hormuz.
So they're
Yeah.
exporting it, and they're saying, no, you can't export it anymore,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's
They're
just going to be stuck
They're hogging
there.
it
Okay.
up.
Yeah. And now the bigger problem is with Yemen attacking these commercial ships. Like the Suez Canal was the key point for World War II. Imagine how crucial it is now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
It's the only.
crazy.
It looks like it's the only moving point. Because there's stuff in the thinnest part. It's the only place that looks like stuff is moving through.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's still technically open right now. Like the Ansarullah and Houthis have been saying that they're just gonna attack Saudi Arabian oil tankers, not commercial vessels, and most of the stuff that passes through is commercial. But guys, on YouTube, the red triangles are oil vessels, the green ones are commercial tankers. So you can just see how big of a difference it is. Blue is like tugboats and stuff. So that's why in the Strait of Hormuz you see all those tugboats on one side. It's because they're not tugging the boats through the strait anymore. And all the red is on the outside, kind of just waiting around, hoping things will clear up. Because if they don't go through that point and they don't, if they're just out of oil or whatever, even if they want to return back, and let's say the Suez Canal is closed because the Bab al Mandeb Strait is closed, which is this point between Yemen and Djibouti, they have to go all the way around Africa. And that's like an extra month to 2 months. So yeah, of course you don't want to do that. That's so much more gas and oil wasted. It may not even be worth it. So yeah. Jason says China's setting on 4 billion barrels of oil and still buying. Interesting. He also said earlier that 75% of the Strait of Hormuz oil goes to China. So, and then JCast says, better question for a poll is, do you think the U.S. is occupied by a certain country, especially if the Senate version of the HB 219 passes? Yeah. I don't want to ask that poll though, because TikTok
I don't
is.
think we're not allowed to comment on that. No comments.
Yeah, I would love to. Don't get me wrong, but TikTok has a strict policy of what you can talk about. Okay. Let's see. Any more updates? Not yet, guys. It's too quiet now. Something is a brewing. I would say something is brewing right now.
Probably have no power.
Yeah, that's probably honestly.
Maybe.
Let's see.
They already the sanitation plant like a week ago, right? So
Yeah, I think they hit one of
Is
them
it-
for sure.
is it technically the weekend right now? Because they said they were going to strike the power this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's turning Saturday morning for them right now.
Okay, yeah. Then
So yeah, it's got to start either now or I guess when it's morning for us, it'll start for them because it'll be Saturday night for them, and the markets will be like for sure closed, I guess. Okay, so in other news though, did anyone see that drone strike in Russia or in Ukraine? There was like, okay, guys, imagine you went to your job at like an Amazon factory and like they told you, everyone run, there's drones coming. That's what happened in Ukraine yesterday. And like it's a crazy video. Like all these regular civilian people are in the parking lot and they're all like running to, I don't even know. They're not even running to their cars. And you just see this drone fly over. It's like, and it just crashes into their parking lot. And everyone's just like, what the hell do we even do? Like, oh, sorry. It's when I put my phone close to my mic, apparently it gets like really, really staticky. So sorry about that. If you guys notice that, let me know. I'll try to stop it. But yeah, guys. Let me lower my camera too because I'm sitting down right now. Moonman says this feels so much more serious than other wars like Iraq. It's getting too real. I think it's just because we want to finish this one so much faster and we haven't had the chance to. So it's like it's got to happen right now. Jason says Trump has to manipulate the markets on Friday, so it surely was going on today. And KK says yes, they are at Camp David. JCast says, including polls, interesting. Abby's, I keep forgetting the Larry owns TikTok now, and I'm just watching the YouTube feed. Forgot you were dual broadcasting. Yeah. Guys on TikTok, go over to YouTube, sub to Crucial. That's Crucial with 4 L's. And then make sure to sub to me too, JaredOnAnIsland, no spaces. If you sub to both of us, you're 100% welcome in the community. We have a lot of fun here. We talk about the decay of society. We talk about cultural norms that are not okay. Oh, Andy's okay. Anderson is out of the chat right now. He lost power apparently. Crucial.
oh man, the Houthis, they shut his power off.
Yeah, Iranian cyber attack. But yeah, come check out our YouTube, guys. We are growing really fast. And we got some pretty cool stuff coming out soon. Like, I got some more introspective videos that should be coming out the next week. Yeah, I'm drinking a Mexican Coke right now because I'm also a fan of Dr. Ray Pete. I follow his health stuff, his dietary stuff. You can check out on YouTube. Oh, Anderson says there's a thunderstorm. That's why. Yeah, JCast, no worries. No worries, man. I see your comments, though. So, also, another thing, one more cool thing I have for you guys. Go onto the App Store and download Seed Oil Tracker. That is an app that I personally run. It's coming out on Android soon. If you're an Android guy and you want to test it, I can let you be a tester. But we have 14 testers right now testing it out. It should come out on the Google Play Store in about 13, maybe 10 days, somewhere between then. But if you're on iPhone, go onto the App Store, Seed Oil Tracker. Go follow that. It's really good. It's free. It'll help you out. There's a forum there. We talk about PUFA and seed oils and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. You can track all the seed oils that you eat. Let me know if you get it. I'll appreciate it very much. But yeah, come over to YouTube though. Sub to us. We're just talking right now though.
I remember you were saying you were gonna do no PUFA, which is, for anyone in chat, the layman terms, is basically just seed oils. You were gonna do no seed oils for like 4 years because you saw something that it takes 4 whole years to detox it like 100%. Are you still on that, or did you throw in the towel on that? Was it too inconvenient?
Dude, it's way too hard to do 0 seed oils right off the bat. That's why I made the app. So the whole idea of the app is that it's way too hard to quit cold turkey for so many people, like myself included. So you have the app to track and slowly eat less over time, and just like be aware of what what you have and what you've done. Hey, Maria, thank you for the rose again. But basically, like, yeah, it tracks it, and also I included a new thing to where we can actually prove. Actually prove that seed oils cause inflammation. KK, that's exactly what my app also does. It has a study that you can opt into, and we're getting the data. Now, listen, you have to opt in. I don't like taking people's data. It's not a vibe coded app in that I'm not trying to sell or take anyone's data. It's completely free, and all the best features are free. If you want to buy the premium, it shows like my blog and like stuff like that. So like useless stuff, right? That you can pay to support, basically. Hey, thank you for the coffee. Yeah, repeat coffee, you know? Okay, so
Yeah.
The app, you can opt into the study, and every day you basically ask yourself, like, how do I feel when it comes to sleep? How do I feel with my cognition, basically, like headspace, skin, digestion, and basically energy. And we track that with how much PUFA you're eating. And since we're getting so many people's like data who have opted into the study, we can prove that there's a correlation. Now, we can't say it's the causation or whatever else, but we can show the correlation, and that kind of proves it in on its own eventually, right, with enough data. So pretty interesting thing I'm working on. We just added restaurants for the UK, Macedonia, because someone on Reddit requested that. We also added some more countries. I don't even know, like just a whole bunch of other countries, and we'll get there if someone requests it for other ones. But go check it out. So it's Seed Oil Tracker on the App Store. Go there. Yeah, thanks guys. And then YouTube, of course, Jared on an Island, crucial with 4 L's. Come sub.
It's so gnarly and such a deeper issue when you think about it. Like it's way more profitable to just feed everyone sludge and then treat their health problems with, like, you know, that, because insurance is basically a blank check to just write out, you know, whatever for the medical part of it. And it's like so many problems are caused from these seed oils. It's like, think about, you know, I would have been a kid back in like 2005. Those little, do you guys remember those little cheese things with the crackers? That cheese sauce was probably 99% like seed oils. Like, you're just eating sludge, you know what I mean? And you've been doing it your whole life and didn't even know it.
Exactly. And you know, the crazy thing is, KK says we've been off seed oils, but you're right, it's hard. Tallow tastes really bad. Avocado is really, so yeah, it's really depends how you prepare it and what you have. Like, tallow smells horrible. Beef tallow smells horrible, man. But I don't even know. But yeah, those cheese things. You know, another one, Chick-fil-A sauce is the most delicious thing on earth to me. But the number one ingredient is soybean oil. Dude, I have, okay, in a Chick-fil-A meal, it's fried in I think it's like peanut oil, okay, which is pretty high in PUFA. Well, guess what? Every single one of those Chick-fil-A sauces is like another 8 grams of seed oil. And guys, by the way, you're only supposed to have 4 grams of seed oil a day. So one little Chick-fil-A like sauce container is 2 times the amount. Okay, so when I finish my Chick-fil-A meal and I log it, I'm at 40 grams. Now the American average is 15 grams. So from one Chick-fil-A meal, you're already more than 2 times over. So I personally think that the American average is being manipulated. I think Americans eat way more seed oils than they're even saying.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just eat out a lot.
No, it's inconspicuous things in your fridge. Like ranch is mostly.
No, yeah, it'll be random stuff in your house too.
Yeah. You can't even get away from it, you know. So
Yeah.
most of the grocery store is just, how can we
Nutella. People buy like tubs of Nutella, full of oils.
yeah, how can we repackage all these crazy oils and sell it to people?
Exactly. And you're so right. Nutella, that's a crazy one. Man, it's just cheaper for companies to use, so they're always using it. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
KK says bought chips from tallow. They were really bad, but the ones with avocado oil is great. Yeah, there's a
most butter is literally margarine spread, which is literally like seed oils or vegetable oils.
Yeah. All the I can't believe it's not butter, all vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of planning. So use the app. Even if you're seed oil free, you never know when you go eat out, like what is the best option and stuff. Just have the app just to support me if you want to. I mean, I would appreciate that. But yeah, it is crazy. So let's see. We got one refueler taking off now. Took off at 2:02 a.m. We have two more that seem to be heading back to Israel that have been out since the 7 and 7 p.m. One that's been flying around. Yeah. This one's been flying around in Saudi Arabia since 10:39 p.m. And then we got two more that have been up since 8 and 9 over the Strait of Hormuz. Now we're still missing a couple that have the transponder off. It's Seed Oil Tracker on the App Store. You should be able to find it, KK. Like, it's like the second one. Seed Oil Scout, you have to pay to use that one. Ours is completely free, unless you want to pay the premium for my guide and my blog. But besides that, it's completely free. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I can add it pretty easily, no matter what it is. I like everything that's happening. So Dr. Appleman, what's happening is Trump has said that we are going to be doing massive strikes on Iran this weekend, including attacking their energy infrastructure, their oil infrastructure, and Israel may be joining in the war. Again, and Iran has said that they're already prepared to retaliate. We're waiting on those strikes now. We're waiting to see if they've already happened or if they're going to happen. But yeah, that's basically the deal right now. Okay. Crucial Anderson, you know, it's 6:30 right now, basically where I'm at. I don't know if anything else is gonna happen tonight or not, but like, what do you guys say? Like, we call it now, and then if something crazy happens, like, we go back live later tonight if you guys are down.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with that. I doubt we'll see anything because if they're hitting the
if they're hitting the internet and stuff and the electricity plants, I doubt we're gonna see anything. But
Yeah,
we'll be back.
yeah, and thanks for joining, Anderson. Crucial, yeah, thanks all the time. But Diarrhea Jones says, okay, crazy name, Diarrhea. Come on, bro. You got me. You got me, man. Okay, Dia Jones, you shouldn't seek shelter. You're good. Unless you're in Iran.
You should sleep in your crawl space tonight, 100%. It's happening.
Sleep under your bed, not on your bed.
Yes.
You should at least have your basement door unlocked just in case you got to run in there. In the scenario where a nuke does launch, you have about 20 minutes, not gonna lie. You have about 20 minutes, so it gets to you.
It's like a whole YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly. I'll scroll TikTok for half that time before I focus on hiding. Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna call it here, guys. Make sure to sub. Crucial with 4 L's. Go sub to him on YouTube. Sub to me, Jared on an Island, no spaces. We'll be back live later again tonight if anything crazy happens. If not, maybe tomorrow late in the day or Sunday. But thank you guys for being here. Where have you been? Says no one can succeed in bombing the U.S. Yeah, basically, we're too far away. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. It was a good one. Thank you guys. Peace. All right, ending my TikTok one and ending